Yeah. Yeah.
Nice smooth sounds.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Groovy.
Welcome back. This is another episode of Making Noise in the Kitchen. This is yours truly yours, Carlo Banga, a.k.a. Don Perignon.
And Uncle Mario, a.k.a. the Senator.
Yeah.
I gotta start anything over here.
You know what I'm saying? So what's cracking? What's been going on?
The same old,
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
yeah, it's been quite. It's been besides the craziness with the weather. I mean, the weather has just been all over the place.
Bipolar for everybody.
For everybody, I think we're the only people in the country that are seeing normal temperatures.
Yeah, I mean it's been but rainy finally. Like some rain that we actually needed, but I mean it's like my whole front yard is flooded. You know what I mean? But I can't be mad at that. I needed that rain. We needed this grass to grow because my yard was looking like trash. But yeah, Texas is getting it right now.
Ooh-wee.
And isn't it kind of funny? Like everybody just decided to move down to Texas, and now like a lot of Californians moved to Texas now.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Rogan and all of them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna talk about that whole comedy scene in a little bit. What's going on over there? It looks pretty dope. But yeah, they all move over there, and now they're all frozen in with no power. I guess is the whole state out of power?
No, the power. I think they said this afternoon that the power was back, but a lot of places still had no water.
Huh?
Because of all the
The pipes frozen and everything.
Yeah, I mean it was declared a disaster area.
And I remember them days.
Could you imagine in the middle of the winter your pipes just fucking?
Yeah. Yeah, it happened. I went through it. Yep. What was that? That big ass snowstorm, '96 or something like that. In New York. That was when the two trees had fell down on the cars and everything.
Yeah.
I remember going outside and it was like Antarctica. Like you hear the and snow going sideways and everything like that. But I remember this is like when we lived in like the burbs. There was Putnam Valley, yeah.
Right.
And I remember going outside in the front yard and all the power was out, so it's dark everywhere, and you just hear. And it's the trees that were all frozen around us. They were all cracking and falling because it was so damn windy and everything. And so like that was bugged out. And yeah, I ran inside and the next night I guess the power came back on, and so mom's was washing the clothes in the laundry room, and I guess she put too much, so it was like bouncing really hard, I remember, and I was like, damn, this shit making a lot of noise. And all of a sudden you hear boom, and like everything started shaking, and I was like, what did the washing machine just explode? And she was like, nah, what the hell was that? I opened the front door, and all of a sudden I'm just getting slapped with tree branches. The two big ass trees, huge trees, fell right on the cars and destroyed the damn cars. It was a wrap. Both those cars were gone.
Luckily those cars were there. They blocked the house.
If they weren't there, yeah, I mean, like the way they fell, yeah, the house was just a couple feet further, and we all would have been dead probably. Yeah, because we were sitting right there in the living room. Yeah,
those trees were huge.
Yeah, they were like full grown trees. Yeah, that was wild. I remember that.
That's so crazy. Didn't that happen twice, or did that just happen once?
Yeah, it just happened once. It was that huge ass fucking snowstorm.
I remember, but for some reason I was thinking it was that little house, right? The
little blue house.
Yeah, the little blue house. Yeah.
No, that only happened once. That shit was so wild. I was like, and I was standing all outside. Like I'm big with the snow. I'm good. Like you know what I'm saying, snowboarding, sledding, whatever it is. I'm good out there. And like that was my shit. But after that, I was like, and then I think Sonny Bono died.
Sonny Bono died in a ski accident.
Yeah, he ran into a tree. Yeah, I was like,
yep, he ran into a tree.
I'm
skiing.
Gucci. That whole time, that's when that shit started going. Yeah. So that's what they dealing with out there. So I feel them. I understand their pain. I want a week without power in the snowstorm.
Well, it's never been this bad, where the whole state at one time has been covered
in
with
history.
ice and snow.
Yeah. But then I also saw that the first time ever it snowed in Saudi Arabia the other day.
Yikes! Really?
There were camels sitting there with snow packed on top of them.
That's
They were
crazy.
probably so confused. They're like, "What is going on?"
That's gotta be so crazy to see
Yeah.
snow coming down
So then you look at that and
in the
then you
middle
think,
of
yo,
a desert.
global warming is real shit.
Absolutely,
This is crazy.
absolutely. So I could see. Well, but you know what? Texas has been warned for years and years and years that their grid was not up to par. That if they ever had to go through an emergency, they would, they don't have any disaster funds and stuff like that saved up for a situation.
And I think they're what is it? The only grid that is not attached to the rest of the United States.
Yep, yep. So if you're gonna be the only grid that's not attached to any other grid in the United States, you might as well make sure that thing is on par. Because as you can see, these are the circumstances behind that.
I'm surprised a hurricane didn't take that grid out a while back ago.
Well,
Didn't they just get a bunch of crazy ass hurricanes over there?
yeah, they did. But that only hit Houston.
Oh yeah,
Remember Houston
yeah,
was
yeah. That's
underwater?
right. It wasn't the whole state as a
Right.
whole. So
they skated by on that one.
snowed. Yeah, because that shit covered pretty
The
much
whole state.
everything.
So now and then you got all these pipes breaking and people, I guess, calling up insurance companies. They're saying it's going to be the biggest claim ever made in Texas history. So you can imagine how many people are. I mean, how screwed up this was.
That's wild.
They get 7% of their energy from from wind.
Yeah, the wind energy or whatever.
Yeah, wind energy
What
and
the fuck is that?
it's a little
Fruit fly?
Yeah, but it's killing me.
God damn.
So they get 7%. I'm like, listen, if you're gonna back something up, start with something simple. Set up some more farms. During these winds that they've been getting, a solar farm would have been putting out so much energy because of the winds and the turbines and everything else. Come on, we gotta, I mean, I'm sure nobody expected to have 20-degree weather down by the border of Mexico and Texas, but they should have been building a grid instead of building a wall. You see. And I read that one somewhere before I came on.
That's okay. I got you. That's a good one. That's a good one.
So,
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. This nigga Joe Biden right now is looking crazy.
what do you mean?
What do you mean? So you haven't seen what's been going on?
With?
Joe Biden's punk ass. This is the thing I don't like about politicians. Okay. They bullshit to get on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I was like, I'm going to take everything that these guys are saying with a grain of salt. You know what I mean?
Right.
But one major thing that Joe Biden was, a lot of people, that was the main thing I think about his campaign that a lot of people were focusing on was him eliminating those student loans or getting at least $50,000
Right.
taken off of the student loans. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Right. The other night was the town hall with the president. All right, and there's a woman here. Now, I'm getting this off of TYT News. Let me show you. The Young Turks, okay, online. Okay. A lot of people don't agree with the Young Turks. If you're a Republican, you're not going to like the Young Turks because you feel that, they're very, they go far left, I guess. Is that what it is? They go far Democrat side or whatever.
Right.
And but right now, they are not taking no damn Democrat side, especially what just happened with this. They're literally saying that this dude is fucking disgusting. This is so a woman the other night at the town hall asked Joe Biden this, and matter of fact, I'm gonna put it on here so you could see his face, okay, and look at how he answers this question and what he said.
Loans are crushing my family, friends, and fellow Americans.
Me too.
The American dream is to succeed, but how can we fulfill that dream when debt is many people's only option for a degree? We need student loan forgiveness beyond the potential $10,000 your administration has proposed. We need at least a $50,000 minimum. What will you do to make that happen?
I will not make that happen.
Where's the rest of it?
That's how I'm. No, hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish it, but straight off, they're showing you right there. The nigga said right off top, It's not gonna happen.
Well, because that's not what he ran on.
What do you mean?
He ran on $10,000 for forgiveness, not $50,000.
He said in the beginning it was $50,000.
I've always heard 10.
No nigga. You serious?
Yeah.
I've always heard where the
Even the other night, actually, they were talking about something that said it would be.
I heard 10 is now because of what this nigga said right here on this town hall. He's always said 50,000. Because you know how I know, because when he first said it, I was like, God damn, that's pretty much gonna eliminate my whole shit.
Right.
For my school shit. So I was like, damn, hell yeah, go on and do this. Me and Mom spoke about this because she doesn't qualify for it because her loan got taken up by a private company. So it's only federal loans or federal grants for
apply.
50,000. That's what. So it was always 50,000.
Even when we were talking to your mom, I thought we were talking about 10,000.
No, it was always 50,000. All right. So like now this girl Anna Kasparian, she made a point, and I agreed with her on this, is because just his smugness and the way he answered it. Obviously, this chick she says our family is struggling because of student loans. And said, yeah, so is mine. Your fucking family isn't struggling from student loans, Joe Biden. They're not. You rich ass nigga, they're not. Don't say that. So at least have a little bit of empathy for this woman speaking on some real shit that you was running on. You know what I'm saying?
I do think that in this moment of economic pain and strain, that we should be eliminating interest on the debts that are accumulated, number one. And number two, I'm prepared to write off the $10,000 debt, but not 50.
Mr. President, let me ask you,
Because I don't think I have the authority to do it by signing.
By signing.
He doesn't have the authority.
Right. That means he's gonna have to get both the Senate and
It's bullshit.
Well, I mean, especially now he's got both party. I mean, both the House and the Senate. He should be able to run whatever he wants to through there.
Especially that. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? So then today, I get a text, and remember how I told you I did the taxes, and they're doing this credit for minorities going to school or whatever, $2,000 credit or whatever, and I'm speaking to Sheila, and she's like, damn, what's going on with me? Why can't I get that? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you should probably look into it. And then so today at her school, they said, hey, this is last minute, but this just came up. So y'all have the choice to come, or I could just email you information, but there's something that's going on about the government giving you money for going to school. So come in. And she was like, I'm going in there. I'm going to go check it out. Then she looks at the email, and over here it said the U.S. Department of Education has made available by the Coronavirus Response and Relief Supplemental Appropriations Act financial aid grants to students, which was signed into law by President Donald J. Trump on December 27, 2020. The law requires that the college awards these funds to students based on the need defined by the U.S. Department of Education. So basically, you got a choice. You can take this check and give it to your school's tuition board and let them take care of it.
Right.
Or we'll just give the check to you, and you do it. As long as we know you're going to school, here's your money. And that was signed in by Donald Trump at last minute, quietly.
Well, I mean, it was signed in a budget that he probably didn't even read. It's that simple. I can't give you the credit. I'm sorry, I can't give him the credit on that. I can't.
Why not? Because
just like the whole UFO thing that was signed into thing without nobody knowing about it being there. It's the same type of story. You know, there was people that were trying to get stuff done, and they put stuff in bills like that they know nobody's gonna read, and they know nobody's gonna. And that's exactly what probably this is.
I look at these two situations right here, and I look at a Democrat Biden supporter, right? And it's making me ask a question now. Is it the disdain that we have with Donald Trump and just the bad taste in our mouth for him? Are we not even looking at everything and seeing for sure if this nigga actually is doing some work in the office? Or did some work in the office? You know what I'm saying?
See,
Because
the
you
way
see, real
most-
quick, let me say this.
Okay.
I show you what's up with this nigga here.
Right.
And you're quick to go to bat for him. Okay? But then I say, Donald Trump signed this shit, and you're like, I'm not giving that nigga no credit for nothing.
I'm not, because you know what? He didn't do nothing in 4 years while he was in there. Somebody put a bill in front of him.
So do you really think that nigga didn't do a damn thing for 4 years?
Yeah. He fist bumped a lot of people that had money, and all those executive decisions that he made, those were all to suit those people. You know, anytime you take regulations where you're releasing the handcuffs on somebody else, you know. So come on, no, I don't think he did anything. And if anything got through, it's because people were sticking stuff in this bill that not many people know about.
And so, what do you think about how Joe Biden reacted to that young woman and how all that?
I don't think that's fair. I think you show me a clip of 5 minutes of a conversation, mostly by her.
But just on that point. That's all. It was just on that point.
You can't go by that point. We didn't see the rest of the interview.
You just did. I showed you the ending of it. What he said. It said he doesn't have the authority. That was just on that question.
Well,
that was the town hall meeting where
right.
they talk about everything.
Right.
What we're focusing on is the student debt forgiveness that he promised us on this fucking whole campaign.
Right.
And that's all that was. It wasn't no more, no less than what you just saw here.
Okay. So again, I mean, like I said from the beginning, I always thought it was 10. You know, before they even said it was 10, we talked.
I think if in the beginning, if he would have said $10,000, everybody would be like, "The is that gonna do for us?" Oh wow, okay, on to the next thing. Let's not even discuss that because, you know, debt in families from student loans has been happening for so goddamn long. So it's like $10,000. Don't wave $10,000 in front of our face for people that owe schools $120,000, $80,000. What is your $10,000 gonna do?
Well, it's a beginning. It's a beginning point.
You know how much you're paying monthly? How much you could afford monthly?
You know how much Donald Trump wanted to give you back?
What do you mean?
You know how much his break would have been for you?
We're not. No. We're not gonna go there. No. You see? No, we're not gonna do it because we're discussing.
I would have been wrong anyway because he obviously signed the bill that got you guys money.
Yeah, so he got it. He gave us something.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why my point would have been wrong.
So that's what. So it's like why dangle that in front of a dog that's hungry?
To tell you the truth, I can't comment on that.
I guess you can't because
you'd
you're
have
not.
to show me footage of him saying 50,000 in the past. If you got it, pull it up. Because I swear I do believe I've heard only 10. Only 10.
No, I want to see something. I'm gonna do something historical here.
What are you doing historical?
Hold on, I'm calling my motherfucking mama. See if she
She's
feels
sick,
all right.
dude.
We're gonna see. If she don't feel good, then I'm just gonna, just cut this off. Oh yeah, you ain't feeling good, huh? Coronavirus. You took that vaccine shot or whatever. All right. Well, I'm on the podcast. I just wanted to ask you a quick question, but never mind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is my mama sick from this coronavirus shot. Anyway, so you remember when what's his name? Joe Biden said that he was gonna, have relief for student loan, debt and all that. How much did he say that he was gonna do?
Well,
No, in the beginning.
in the beginning it was 50, and then it went down to 10. Yeah. And then I don't think it's for everybody either.
Well, yeah, we discussed that because yours got taken by a private company.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. But so now he said that he ain't doing shit. If
Yeah.
he said if anything, I'm doing 10,000.
He didn't say he wasn't doing shit. He said he was doing 10,000.
If anything, he's doing 10. So what do you think about this, mother?
Your son's turning against
Politics.
your
It's all politics.
your son's turning against Biden.
He said I turned against, but I'm not I haven't turned, and I haven't been on his side neither. But I'm just saying this is some bullshit.
Well, just like opening up the schools, he's saying 5 days a week. That's impossible. That's crazy. It just can't be done.
You aim high and work your way down.
He's making some promises that are not possible. Just not possible. But he did a good job with Texas. I mean, look at that. He already sent generators to help them. Yeah. So.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Oh my God, we got a Biden dick rider over here. All right, Mom.
Max, feel better. Feel better. Go get some rest.
We're gonna. You take it easy, all right?
I'll talk to you later.
All right,
man. Get some rest.
Oof.
Bye. Lord have
Holy
mercy.
moly.
Coronavirus vaccine. That's what you get if you want to take that shit.
She looks like she's been through the.
She sounds like shit.
Through the wood barn.
Gee, is this? Yeah, that was pretty crazy. But yeah.
So it started at 50, and then by the time he became president-elect, it was down to 10.
Now it's
well.
My family has student debt problems too.
Well,
we are not in the same tax bracket, Mr. Biden.
He just, he's never had money. Biden's never had money until recently.
We are not in the same tax bracket, Mr. Biden. Nowhere fucking near you.
He was bringing home his vice president's money. He was bringing home $250,000 a year.
That little bit of change.
A little bit of change.
I give me $250,000 a year. I bet I won't have no student loan problems. I bet I won't.
Yeah, but you can imagine somebody that's been. What was he, a lawyer? Yeah, he was a district attorney, right?
Yeah, and then went to the Senate or something like that.
So a district attorney is like 8 years of schooling, right?
District attorney.
It's like law
look
school.
at that.
You got to go through law school and all that craziness. Yeah,
We got a bunch of bitch ass niggas in the White House now.
He's probably got probably a shitload of school debt.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it's paid off now. Or well, doesn't that shit? Doesn't that get forgiven? Or doesn't it? Wonder what happened. Do they take care of your student loan shit, especially federal loans, if you become president? No. So you think that he's sitting in as a president right now and paying monthly to get rid of his student loans or his federal loans?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Barack said one night that there was, it was good because there was student loans that had to be paid off and stuff like that from him and Michelle and stuff like that. When he got the Nobel Peace Prize and he got $10 million,
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of find that crazy, and I don't know. It's kind of like though. It just when I saw his demeanor and everything like that, it's kind of like when it's you with somebody, this person for all this time, and y'all kind of like in the same ranks and work, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, he gets the manager position. You're like, oh, congratulations, you know what I mean? And you're sitting there, and now you're just seeing the nigga like kind of change every day,
right.
like a little bit more and more, and it's like, why are you acting like that?
Well, it's not that he's acting any different. It's that there's, a lot of times there's more responsibility, and there's a certain point where you have
drastic change.
Oh, well, drastic changes are not necessary.
You know what I'm saying? From saying 50,000, all of a sudden, no.
Yeah, I've been in managers' positions, and you don't have to change to be a dick. You don't have to be
straight up.
You can be yourself and be real with people, and people understand that. You got a job to do. They got a job to do. Let's do it and move on with life.
That's one thing that I learned from being in the Army. It's like if I'm telling you to get down and do push-ups, I'm gonna do them with you because I'm no different from you, and I'm gonna ride with you because this is what we got to do. You know what I mean, to keep everything strong. You know what I mean? But
absolutely, I wouldn't listen as a manager. I wouldn't ask you to do anything I haven't done.
Yeah.
or I'm not willing to do.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Straight up.
I mean, there's plenty of times where I grab one of the worst jobs to do and go in there and do it just to show that
It could get done.
it can get done.
Don't
and
be
I
a
can
little
do it.
bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If the manager can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll see what happens. It's only, was this February, March? We're going into March. Whatever. It's just, this is why I don't rock with politics. And this is, I don't know. And then, I guarantee, I haven't even been on Facebooks and any of that shit yet, but I can guarantee you, because this happened yesterday.
Right.
So I can guarantee you that, they're all them Trump supporters are just like, yeah, this is the president that you wanted, huh? This is the guy. Here it is right here. And I'm sure they're all talking shit.
Well,
But as they should, if this is shit.
I watched some. Well, I watched some news today. I didn't watch much news. I've been trying to stay away from the news to try to get myself relaxed and and chilled out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it gets to you after a while. So anyway, everybody knows that. So I didn't watch much news, but I didn't hear anything about it. That's why I was curious that somebody would bring it.
No, I was definitely on it because, I mean, like, my mom's got a master's degree, you know what I'm saying? So
there's a lot of student debt there.
that's a lot, you know what I mean? Then now, with me back in the school, I got it. So when you can hear somebody, you hear somebody saying this is what they're going to do to help and wipe that out, that's a lot. That's $50,000 because for most people that go to school, they're not like my schooling isn't that much. But I mean, master's degree in Fordham University.
Oh yeah.
That's like $180,000, $200,000. That's a house. That's a house right there.
Right.
So just imagine that monthly payment. You're paying a mortgage on top of the mortgage that you have to pay.
Right.
So
I guess they I mean, you would think that, they would have brought in experts and found out what's the range where I can give something to everybody and make a somewhat of a difference.
Well, that's the thing, like, because like Mom said, even they did all that. They did all that. Even all right, if it was taken over by a privatized company, then we can't handle that. But it's federal. These are the guidelines. If you're making $250,000 a year like I am, we're not going to do anything for you because you can handle that. But if you're making $70,000 a year, $65,000 a year, then this is going to help you out because this can boost the economy.
Right.
We take that away.
Absolutely, you're going to be putting it into some other things.
You know what I mean?
You know.
So it's you could do it. You can do it. Don't sit here and tell me you don't have the authority to do it. You could do it. You can do it. And I guarantee you a lot of people will back you if you choose to do it because it's going to boost the economy and everybody has, that's the most common American thing is student loan debt.
Yeah, the debt.
So everybody knows somebody.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Instead of over there all that bullshit.
Got the old man and the dog.
Oh man. F them all. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. You want a drink, nigga?
Yeah, why not? Let's whip up a drink and
I'm gonna walk in and out real quick to get something, to get the stuff, just some ice. But it's an easy drink. It's cool.
Cool.
Do you like watermelon?
You know what? Everybody like a watermelon.
Do you like pineapple juice?
Everybody like a pineapple juice.
Do you like basil?
I think everybody like a little basil.
Do you like tequila?
Tequila, I'm not too crazy about, but I can drink it.
But yeah, this
is gonna make it different. I know that.
Tequila's my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
It's a cool little drink. Make it real quick, and then get on to the nitty gritty.
Exactly.
I got some basil leaves over here. I'm just gonna just rip it up.
Tear them up.
And tear them up and throw them in with the ice. I got ice in the shaker.
Oh, I can smell them. I can smell the basil.
Once you rip that flavor comes out, bang. Don't want to put too much, but basil is just fucking delicious.
Bleeping delicious.
You know what I'm saying? All right, then don't be a little girl. Put the tequila. I'm gonna put 2 shots. Wait,
Uno. Wait a minute, you already put 2 in there.
Yeah, no, I'm putting 3.
Yikes.
Be a little muchacha. Alright. We're gonna put a little bit of pineapple juice.
Whoa.
Not too much. And then we got grounded watermelon juice, pureed watermelon juice with a little bit of honey and sugar.
Pureed watermelon.
There we go.
Bloop, bloop. Smells delicious. It's delicious.
Top on that bad boy. I had some tú sabes, some cups in the freezer.
Frozen jars. Frozen mason jars in the refrigerator.
Now with this one,
Santa
that
Maria.
thing frozen solid. Alright, whatever. Woo.
Santa Maria. Now it
Nice
comes.
color.
Now it comes up.
Damn, that thing's so damn cold.
Damn.
I wanna. Usually you gotta bang the brim, and then it loosens it up. There we go.
There you go.
Damn,
Dun,
that
dun,
thing
dun,
cold.
dun.
I wanna have like some ice in the chunks in there.
Freezing your icicles off. Delicious.
That thing cold as hell. And
Nice peachy color.
you know what I'm saying?
Couple of straws.
Bow. Nice color, nice little drink thing, you know what I'm saying?
Salud, eh?
Salute, boy, eh?
Hey.
It's probably good for like summertime stuff right here and all that.
It's very good. Everything comes through.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I don't really taste too much tequila.
No, you really don't. But you know it's there. I can taste it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Not bad.
Very nice. Very nice. But you're absolutely right. In the middle of summer,
Yeah, it's just like
it's like a...
it's nice and even. A little bit of hint of the pineapple juice in the back. Watermelon is really
watermelon comes through.
Yeah. Is it too strong for you?
No.
Mm.
No. It tastes like almost like a rosé.
Okay, without the sparkles and shit.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah, maybe that would be dope at the end of this. Once you do that, throw like a jalapeno in there and put a little bit of seltzer. And that should probably be good. Make it a little sparkly.
Yeah.
That should
Put
probably
some
be good.
champagne in there.
Yeah, even that. Yeah. Word. But it look good if you had this like at a beach. Something like that.
Sinbad
With like a
water.
nice you know what I'm saying, watermelon lobster salad or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Ceviche kind of ordeal.
Do the watermelon crowd.
Get some of that basil. Yeah.
Tastes like you're drinking a smoothie.
Look, it looks like one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get that basil with it too. Mm. Oh yeah. So, didn't you go to therapy this week?
Yes, I went to therapy this week.
How was it?
It was good. Well, you know what? I was a little disappointed.
For real?
Yeah. Because, okay, I don't know how doctors and the system works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was told that I should go get a psychiatrist so I can have somebody to talk to and stuff like that. And it's, because I was having so many issues, not emotional issues, but depression issues. I was very depressed, a lot of anxiety. So I figured, let me go to a psychiatrist and figure this out. So, but in reality, psychiatrists are people that hand out medication. They're not therapists. They're not people that sit down and talk to you.
So literally, I understand the difference between. But there's actually clinically, like, you have to be like, hey, I want a therapist, or hey, I want a psychiatrist.
Right.
Holy shit. So they gave you a psychiatrist.
Right. So he said, well, you know what? I can give you some stuff to make you sleep better, but that's about all I can do for you, you know?
He don't have the words for you. He don't got words for you. He don't have a conversation. He just got a prescription pad.
Right. So he says, what I can do is I can set you up with a therapist, and you meet with him, and then in between you meet with me, and if you need anything, or the therapist thinks you need anything, and then you will talk to me.
What a fucking middleman, drug dealing ass nigga.
So not only that, okay, so he tells me, okay, I also want you to go and take a sleep study test, because if you're not sleeping right, that can explain a lot of your issues. The whole
the sleep apnea.
Yeah.
You don't have sleep apnea.
So he says, I need you to go get a sleep study test, right? So I said, okay, so why can you make the appointment? And he says, no, you have to go to your primary doctor, so the primary doctor can make the appointment to your. Mm-hmm. I'm like, how freaking ridiculous is that? Who set this up? Who set the system up?
And
why do you have to always go through a third party or fourth party?
Yeah, and I mean, you're pretty much pushing it away. He's saying, so if you're having sleep issues, that's sleep apnea. It's not your brain. It's not you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, I don't have sleep apnea. Nigga, I can't sleep because I got shit running through my mind.
Right. So, but no, I think that's what the therapist was for. He said the therapist is going to help you. You guys will talk through issues and stuff.
So now you have to pick a therapist.
So no, he's going to refer me to a therapist.
Okay.
So at least that won't be another,
Well, that's ridiculous how you can pick your psychiatrist, but you can't pick your therapist.
You can pick your therapist, but I went about it the wrong way. So, but he gave me some sleeping stuff that's. I'm really not a keen guy about taking sleeping stuff anyway.
He gave you sleeping pills?
Like a sleeping type.
Really?
Yeah.
Like I remember they were giving me sleeping pills in the army, and all they did was like put a metal taste in my mouth.
Oh, really?
And then I found out that a lot of people get high off them things, so I started selling them.
Yikes. No, and then he gave me an anxiety pill just in case. I
gave you some Xanax, huh?
Just the 2.5.
Have you taken one yet?
Yeah.
How'd it make you feel?
It relieved my anxiety.
Yeah? Yeah. I got such a low dosage. You didn't get drowsy or anything?
No, I broke it in half.
A real low dosage.
Yeah. And I took that, and I listen, when I get hyper like that, my heart starts beating and anything, and I'm having anxiety to even leave the door, to leave the house, just a little bit of something could help. That little bit of something that gets you out the door, that helps. Once you're out the door, you go about business.
Yeah.
But it's just a problem of getting out the door.
Yeah.
So, but we've been talking about this for weeks, about how my my anxiety, my depression has grown and grown since. Really, I had a lot of anxiety. Not a lot of anxiety. Well, I had a little bit of anxiety for the last 3 years because of this president. Because of the president and the craziness that was going on, and I could see our country getting divided and being torn up, and that hurt me so badly. I mean, I'm not the guy that's waving my my red, white, and blue flag every day in front of my yard, but I am very patriotic. I love my country. And to see what one person was doing to this country and dividing us so deeply, it hurt me. So the depression started back then, and it just grew and grew and grew, and then the isolation grew on top of that. So it's not a good thing. A lot of people are doing crazy things to themselves. Not that I've ever gotten to that point, but why get to that point when you can go talk to somebody?
And it doesn't help that it's not like we can be out and about like in the regular days. Back in the days, you just get up, get out. You could go hug a bitch if you wanted to, stuff like that.
Yeah,
can't do that.
There's no interaction with anybody.
It's weird how like I found out that stocks in Well, I think we talked about that before, but like all these dating sites and shit, how it's all getting up. But like even yet still, I mean, if you can't go on the street and see a chick and go and talk to her without second guessing if she has corona or not, what is the difference on the behind a computer screen? You know what I'm saying? So what, you're gonna sit there and talk maybe a little bit on the camera and everything, and then what are you gonna say? All right, well she's not coughing and she's not sniffling. She looks all right.
Well, but even that is a lot compared to what we're getting these days. You know what I'm saying? Of a connection. Even if it's through the TV or through through the camera lens or through our phones or whatever, and you're talking to somebody.
Bring that mic a little bit closer.
At least you're talking to somebody, and at least you're communicating and having an interaction.
Yeah, the communication, yeah, but I mean, I still think you need that person to person.
Yeah, and eventually you do.
You know what I mean?
That's the problem. Eventually you do.
Because that's what's going. I mean, shoot, there was a couple times where I was like going crazy, just being in the house just for a weekend straight. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, what the like, I am going nuts. I can't do this shit. I got to get up out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and so much more in a small town. I mean, everybody locks themselves up. There's nothing to do.
They
There's
used to
nowhere
it.
go.
Yeah. They're used to it. They go
So-
inside and watch Netflix for the rest of their damn life.
Exactly.
I can't do that.
So so there's a lot of unhappy people. I was watching something the other night where it was like a detective show, and he says, well, she never showed up for work, but being that she worked from home, nobody ever noticed, and the lady had been missing for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And today's world is you're so disconnected from everybody that that could easily happen.
Yo, you see, it's crazy all this Texas shit that's going on, but I see, it's like, once again, can't wait for life to turn back to normal, because Austin, Texas is now turning into, it's gonna be the comedy
Capital.
comedy capital. Everybody from the Laugh Factory and all that, they're all coming down to Austin, and Austin, Texas already is like a cool little area. You know what I mean? Just like San Antonio and all of them. But now it's going to, it's going to be one of those where we can drive up to Texas. You know what I mean? Was that like 11 hours from here?
Right.
We'll drive up there, and in a weekend, we'll be able to see Dave Chappelle, Joe Rogan, all the really good comedians. We'll be able to see them. We'll be able to go to one of these comedy factories, $20 to get in. Pay for your drinks all night and get to see all these comedians test out their comedy. Now, just like how I always wanted to go to California and do that, now it's closer.
Right.
I am amped. I
Right
am
on.
so amped for that. I cannot wait for life to get back to normal, to go out there to those comedy clubs, eat good barbecue, good sushi, because a lot of people don't know some of the best damn sushi is in Texas.
Right on.
And just go over there and enjoy food and enjoy comedy. I've always known about this show. It's called Kill Tony. Tony Hinchcliffe is the comedian. But I've always, I'd see clips of it, and it was like, all right, the comedian's sitting there on stage on a table.
Right.
And so I'm like, all right, I just kind of went over it or whatever. But then the other day I got caught on it because Joe Rogan went back on it, and he hasn't been on it in a while. And what Tony does is he'll have a bucket, and it's full of names. And so all up-and-coming people that want to be comedians,
Right on.
they put their name in there, and then he'll shake the bucket and pull it out. They got a minute to do a set, and once it's over, then Tony Hinchcliffe, Joe Rogan, and whoever's there, they'll either blast you, they're gonna kill you because you were trash, or they're gonna, but regardless, they're gonna be there for like 5-10 minutes just talking to you on stage. So it's really cool it's a cool way to get your name out there if you're a comedian. You're gonna have the best critique you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you just keep coming back or whatever. But it was definitely a cool show, and I was like, damn, it made me wanna. I remember being in those circuits of the underground and just trying to be seen and getting your talent out.
I don't really consider Joe Rogan a comedian.
you have to watch his stand-up comedian.
Oh, really?
His stand-up
I
comedy.
haven't seen it.
Yeah. You got to go on Netflix and watch his show, his stand-up comedy. Then you'd be like, oh, this dude's got skills.
Oh,
He's one of the best comedians out there.
Right on.
He's been doing this for 20 some odd years, man.
Right on.
Yeah, you
I
just
didn't
see
know.
him because you always people, the regular common person would just see him as the Fear Factor guy or their announcer on UFC.
Right.
Go and watch one of his comedy. He has a Netflix special.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
it. I didn't even think of.
Hey,
I didn't even know he had a special.
Yeah, he jokes about weed, jokes about everything, the Kardashians. Oh, it's he's got some good
Nice.
jokes, man.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely check it out.
Yeah, you get a chance, go on Netflix and watch his latest one. His latest one was hilarious. Yeah, but yeah, he's dope. And so to see these guys now that it's closer and to be able to, because it's like it's such a different thing than like a hip hop circuit or something like that. You can actually go and hang out with these dudes
Comedy circuit.
afterward. Like, you know, they'll be there in the crowd. You can go in the back and smoke, just talk that shit if you're not like a weirdo, you know what I mean?
So first of all,
Orders. See?
it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd pay
my
for
my
that.
bad. We had to take a break and shit for a second and handle some business, but yeah.
I'd pay for that.
You pay for that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know. We ain't really that hungry today, I guess. So we just,
I
you know,
think
we
I think
cooling.
that's why we work the drink in and
Nah, man.
and just chilling.
Yeah. Yeah, you want me to tell you this crazy ass story and this thing that engulfed an hour of my life
Good Lord, a whole hour.
last night? Yeah, yo, it was
Yeah. Let me hear.
it was unbelievable. All right, so yeah, it's this dude. I guess he's in another country, and him and his boys. It was like him and two of his boys. They started a company, jumping out of airplanes, and like, you know, there'd be people that the regular jumping out of airplanes kind of company. You go and jump with them, and they strapped up to you, whatever. So I guess there was one guy that they had strapped up to him, and they were going up there with. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, the plane just starts like
Doing whoop-de-whoops.
boom, like this, going crazy and everything. And so they had to jump out of the airplane. But it took them like a couple minutes to finally get the door open because they're going from ceiling to floor. Like they're just getting tossed all over the place. And so finally they get the door out of there, and then they start jumping out, right? And so there's one dude, like, he looks and he sees his homeboy, and he's like, I guess because what happens is, they dropped at such a high pace. They were going so fast, but they didn't know how high they were. That I guess at a certain mile an hour or whatever, or a certain knot or whatever, there's a parachute that deploys out automatically. And so their parachutes deployed, and then they look and thank God they weren't that, so close to the ground where they could have died, but they were still doing at least 20 to 40 miles an hour towards the ground or whatever.
Yikes, yeah.
So like,
That'll break your
regardless, it's
back
like,
and whatever.
it's you know what I'm saying. But he looks at his boy, and dude is obviously dead. Like, he's dead. So he probably hit the airplane or something like that while he was coming down.
Crazy.
So they show this dude is coming down, his boy is dead there, and the plane is still going like this.
Oh my God.
Right, like here. You know what I'm saying? And like, it was the most crazy shit right there. So finally, dude goes and bang, he hits the water, and he's surviving. So he knows, let me get out of this damn parachute shit because he could get tangled in the ropes and drown and everything. And he gets out and looks, he's in the middle of the ocean. And he looks that way, and
It's been a bad day for this guy.
the plane, the back of the plane is up, and the tail of the plane is out of the water. And so he's like, all right, there was a plane, and he looks, and he don't see nothing and nobody. Obviously, whoever, like, they're gone. And this dude is alive in the middle of the fucking ocean. So finally, he's like treading water, and he's like, you know what? He was like, I'm not gonna do this for the long haul. I'm just gonna try to get eaten by a shark and get the fuck up out of here. I'd have done the same thing. Like, come on now, you know what I'm saying? How long can you tread water? So Buddy is over there. Buddy's over there making noise, yelling, flapping around like a hurt fish or whatever. Sharks come up. And they're like, nah, we good. They just swim off. And so he's there treading water. He's like, it. If I'm going to try to survive this then, he starts floating in the water. And he's like, let's do this, and starts relaxing. Night comes in. It's pitch dark. He couldn't see nothing. This dude is swallowing mad salt water, so he's already going dehydrated and everything. And still went through the damn night. You know what I'm saying? And survived that. And then comes daytime, whatever. Well, hold on. Before he goes through the day, he's he saw, I guess he might have been hallucinating, but he saw some lights, he said.
Right.
And so he was like starting to swim towards it, but he's like, he wasn't getting anywhere, you know what I mean? Swims into a school of jellyfish.
Oh, no.
They're all just stinging the shit out of him, busting him up and everything. Out of all that, finally a log comes up, and he hits on it, and he's floating on it. He gets to fall asleep or whatever. Wakes up the morning or whatever, and looks, and he sees like some mountain range. So he sees like there's land, you know what I'm saying? And so he had to make the choice of getting rid of the log and swimming over there, or just going with the log. And he was like, hell, I'm gonna go with the log.
Exactly.
But him and the log start floating out to sea. And he's like, I'm not getting close to the land. So then finally he decided, fuck, I'm going to start swimming over there. And it just wasn't working, bro. The current just kept bringing him in and in. And so finally, like, he started floating again, and he was giving up. Like, this dude was obviously dying. It was a wrap. Out of nowhere, a little boat with a bunch of little Mexicans or something like that. I don't know what. They all came and found this dude.
Crazy.
Yo, he survived that shit. Everybody else in the plane died, and he survived that shit. They said he was out in the water for like 48 hours or something like that.
When it's not your turn, it's not your turn. It's that simple.
Bro, I was like, are you shitting? I'd have died. Hell no. I'd have died out that shit. Especially with swimming.
If it was your time to go, you would have gone.
And I was trying to be in the Coast Guard, especially with swimming. Get the out of here.
I would have been treading water still.
Have you ever treaded water for an hour straight, and out in the middle?
Yep.
Like I was out
in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, yeah, right. I was out in Commercial Beach in Fort Lauderdale, and I saw that
Treading water.
I was out in the middle of the night, and it was all of a sudden the light comes out in the horizon. And these, I was gonna say Mexican. These damn, these damn Coast Guard niggas, or no, maybe Coast Guard. They were jumping into the water and dropping, and then the helicopter dipped off.
That's their test, yeah.
Yeah, you got to stay out there for an hour. That's not going down, man.
Yeah.
No, it's not going
just
down.
hop on your back and just float for an hour.
No, you got to tread water. You're probably there with a sergeant and shit.
When they come back, you roll over.
It's too dark to see me.
So I was thinking about we were talking about the grid in Texas and how, although they've been warned about their grid going down in case of an emergency and everything else, they've refused to do anything about this grid for the last, 30 years, 30, 40 years. Now it's biting them in the ass, and they're like, no, us Texans will take care of this and all the damage and everything else. No, you can't. Texas is too big. If we're not going to let companies go down, we're not going to let states go down. So of course the federal government's going to step in and take these things in. But when people talk about big government, that's what they have to remember. You could have a small government and have nothing that backs you up in case of an emergency. But you know what? When you need it, you need it. And that's what the government's there for.
So I guess this is his first natural disaster in office, huh?
Who's?
Biden.
Biden's? While he's president.
Yeah, if you want to be technical, his first natural disaster.
Yeah. I mean, when he was vice president, they had natural disasters as well.
Yeah, but I mean, in his office as president,
Yeah. So.
I don't know. That guy, we'll see what happens.
But listen, Texas has to take its share of the blame. Plus, Texas has a lot of open ground where they can do a lot of solar. They can do a lot of wind. They can do a lot more natural gas. So there shouldn't be such a problem in Texas.
Nah. They said that this was nature's way of telling them to sit the down. Cause they always going outside and shit. They were all getting the coronavirus, and that's so nature said, "Go inside and sit your ass down."
I don't know.
Have you seen the videos of how they think that this snow is man-made, like it's artificial, that just to get everybody to sit inside? And they show videos of this woman bought in like a snowball from outside, and she put it in the sink and tried burning it, and it wouldn't melt, and it smelled like a chemical. And then another dude took a video of it was like the snow hitting his outside of his window, and it looked like rice. You ain't seen that shit?
No.
Let me pull that thing out right quick.
We already tried it off camera. It did what I saw in other videos. I can't believe it. You need to watch it. We're not cutting. We're doing this whole thing. Here's a pile of snow. All right? It came from my little sunroof thingy here. Here's a candle. Like, yeah, we had to cut it off. I'm grabbing snow. It's super fluffy feeling. Almost fluffier than I can make a snowball. But here I am. Snowball. Are you still having my hand in it? Yeah. So they see it's the same one. Okay, snowball, right? Candle, regular candle. Putting the snowball over it. It should be melting. Kevin, can you show them that it's not melting? It is not melting. It is blackening the snowball. What the hell is this?
Because it's not snow, it's ice.
Somebody explain to me why it's turning black and why there is absolutely no...
Hold on, I'm going to show you this other video. Shit.
Can somebody tell me why it's not melting? It's not melting, lady, because it's not snow.
So ice doesn't melt?
Ice does melt, but you saw the way it was turning black? It was absorbing most of it.
This nigga's like, I don't believe nothing.
Too cold to melt.
So just hold the snow from outside. There's an ice cube next to it. See how it's cooling and melting? Oh, fuck, that stinks so bad. It smells really bad. It's like burning chemical smells. This thing is not dripping at all. It's just disappearing. Nothing. Oh, fuck, I can't hardly do it. It's okay. It's burning off some chemical. Yeah, it's like look at the flame, it gets bigger.
Kind of weird, right?
That's some weird stuff.
Kind of weird. And like different people are doing this. It's not like, you know what I mean? I mean, it can happen. I mean, if you know that a weather system is coming and then you maybe manipulate it a little bit,
Right.
maybe with some like nitrous oxide or some crap like that,
Right.
it can, you know what I mean? Pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's all interesting. Stuff that doesn't burn and, melt or anything. So, I mean, what was that stuff that the kids had in the backyard that day?
Yeah, it was for a cooler. It's an ice that doesn't. I guess it's biodegradable. Yeah,
that's what that stuff looked like.
Yeah, real shit. Didn't even think about that. Yeah, interesting.
How it absorbed all that water and stuff, but it didn't. It was just like a blob.
Yeah, look, and you touch it, and it was all weird, and yeah, that's crazy as hell. Imagine that though. Imagine that. This is that world, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Listen, it's the world we live in.
Yo, it's so crazy with this role-playing shit in these games now of how serious they're getting with all this.
Role-playing?
Yeah, like they're not playing. They're like GTA now, they'll get certain servers, certain people that will set up, like you can be a cop and actually like they role-play like situations, like raids and stuff like that. I was on online last night and by accident just ran into this kid. I guess there's on PC there's a truck driving game, and this kid was sitting there and he has the damn steering wheel and the actual truck driving shifter, and sitting there and just role playing, driving across the country to deliver a load. I was like, I wonder if this nigga does this in real life. Like, does he? If so, like, how do you?
How do you relax? Yeah.
How do you love it that much? Driving across America sucks.
Oof.
I mean, it could be cool if you're on your own accord and everything like that, but for a company, oh man, I know firsthand that shit sucks. That sucks. Why would you want to play a game doing that? I don't know, but I saw that the VR flight simulator and the new update that they did where it's New York City and you're flying through New York City. And yeah, that solidified it for me. The other night I'm getting that damn cable next week, and
Nice.
I am getting... I just seen that they actually built a little kind of chair thing where it's a movement chair for VR. You attach it, and then if you're driving or whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I'm sure that thing probably like...
Yeah, exactly. That probably costs as much as the whole thing costs.
Yeah, right? That'd be crazy if it costs more than what the damn device costs. I'd be like, get the hell out of here. But
it's that I told you that's the future. That's the future right there. That's the world of the future.
You can have a full night with one of those VR sets.
Exactly.
I've literally fell asleep with that VR set on. You go in. I got a damn mansion now. I'm sitting in a mansion and I'm watching the what was it, Kitchen Nightmares, and I'm just sitting on my couch in the mansion watching it. Just sat on the couch and fell asleep.
Damn.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. It's crazy. And then there'll be people that come up and everything, like just random people. If it's a hall, like a general hall, and like you be sitting there with people just watching it. It's crazy shit.
Wow.
But when they start making it to where like you can actually look as yourself, it's over. If you can look like yourself and just be sitting in the mansion and somebody pop up in the room and it's a girl from that's here and locally you didn't even know that, you know what I'm saying? It's over.
See, what's funny is
babies everywhere.
Is that even Star Trek comments about the they've got that room that you go into, and everything becomes whatever you want it to be. You know. But they said you could get addicted to it, and people get addicted to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you can imagine somebody's in that game all day long. They don't have to eat, really. You know, you can sit there and play that game all day long and just disappear in yourself.
Especially start f***ing on there or something like that. It's a wrap. These kids ain't gonna. People ain't gonna leave the house. Yeah.
Exactly. Nobody.
I mean, because they'll just be beating off and doing that. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's. So a lot of these little non-world living or little cowards that have to stay home and shit, they be like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
Absolutely.
But I think at the same time, though, if it's real people, if it's you can see yourself and it's you know what I mean, in that world, and then that's another person, oh, man, there's going to be babies everywhere.
Yikes.
It won't hurt to deal with the rejection there in the room. You just be like, they take the shit off. Oh my God, I need a couple days.
The rejection.
I need a couple days. Then they put it back on and creep into the room like weirdos. And there has to be like, the main part of the modem that tells you, stop being a pussy. This is not the real world. So go out. Then there'd be like murders.
Put your drawers on and get the fuck out of the house.
You know what I'm saying? Because in the Grand Theft Auto shit, in that role playing world, you're not allowed to like just kill people and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain rules and all that like that. So just imagine in the VR world, if you can, that'd be taking it too far. Exactly. You could kill. Oh, that'd be crazy. But maybe you could just mute people.
Well, when you shoot people, you're killing them.
Yeah, in real life, but I mean in the VR shit.
No, in the VR shit.
Well, yeah, you kill them and then they go to another world or something like that. Mm-hmm. You know what? They should allow that shit. So then you just be beefing on VR. You just be going up to VR, but just slap her.
And then shoot her.
Get out my face.
Yikes.
Nah, that's crazy. That's
so
psychotic.
Crazy. Wait a minute. First of all, this whole section has to be cut out.
No, I'm saying, but this is real though. Like Imagine
You're
this
talking
V-
about being
this
psychotic.
VR
You're
shit
right.
get out of hand like that. If they turn the VR world into anything like Grand Theft Auto and all that, goddamn, and you know what I mean, like, because regardless, it's gonna go down that world for dating and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But
Right.
to finish that whole thing, yeah. So if you walk out there and you start talking to a girl, either the girl tell you stop being a little bitch. We ain't even really in front of each other. Like, come on, just actually be. This is a place where you could just maybe it'll be a confidence booster. You know what I mean? Or
Just be yourself.
if not, like the main computer board will tell you stop being a pussy and go and talk to that girl.
And be yourself.
And then she could tell maybe change the way people approach each other, because like maybe the girl would be truthful with you in the damn VR world. She'd be like, oh, well, whatever. Let me tell you the truth. Stop being a dick. Change the way you dress. You know what I mean? And maybe on the real street, I'd mess with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then he'd be like, he get out the damn VR world, go and get his wardrobe right. You know what I'm saying, or something, and just stop being.
But in VR
child
world, you should
molester.
have a good wardrobe.
Yeah, you can make, I guess, but still, it's your own taste, though.
That's true.
You know what I'm
If
saying?
you
So
come in
it's
looking like a dork.
maybe the chick be like, "Come over here, nigga. Let me show you what to really dress like.
That's
Take you to the place." But there you go. Make that money off of personal designers right there.
That's true. Absolutely.
I should patent that. Don't. Oh, what? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Go. What are they called? Those personal dress or designer?
Personal groomers.
Yeah, whatever the hell. Yeah, be one of those. Be like, yo, I'm gonna show you how to really do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Personal designer, personal groomer.
Uh-huh.
No, I guess a groomer would be somebody that cuts your hair and does stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not an interior decorator. What the are they called?
Personal design.
Stylist. A stylist. Hello.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So like boom, an online stylist, especially in this corona world, you know what I mean? Stylists don't want to touch nobody or whatever. Be like, come put the headset on and we're gonna meet over here on 5th Avenue in Saks and I'm gonna show you what to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Oh, you can't afford this? All
I'm gonna
right,
take
let's
it from
go
there.
over to 125th Street in the Bronx and I'm gonna show you where to go and you could get this and this and this and this.
Yikes.
Well, that's if the nigga broke and everything. You know what I'm saying? That's a good ass idea. And then for the rapists, like if you got rape charges
rapists.
and you get out of
Where have
jail
we
and
gotten
you have
wo-
to register to be a convicted, to be a sex offender, they should give you a VR with it and be like, hey, nigga.
Oof.
So this way you don't get tempted to leave the house.
Yeah, but when you do leave the house, you don't have
It'll
the
kill
VR
you
with you.
because the chip in the VR or your secretion. I'm taking this too far.
The secretions of your brain on the VR.
Yes.
That's funny.
Anyway.
We've covered a whole lot of stuff tonight.
Yeah, I'm telling you, no food tonight. I'm really not that hungry.
No.
You know what I mean? If I get the munchetis, I'll do something. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of videos it was a little gap in our taping
Yeah.
and everything because of certain things that's going on. You know what I'm saying? But we back at it. You're about to get a whole slew of recipes coming, or you're just seeing them, whatever it be, however it is. But there's a lot more coming up. We got a lot more plans and a lot more things as far as food and product coming at you. You know what I'm saying? Looking at a remolding of the store. I want to do something. I'm gonna come up with a little something different, and I got an idea of something else as well along the lines of a cookbook. So yeah, just stay tuned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it is what it
definitely.
is. You know what I mean? We gonna be back at it with another podcast here in a couple days, and there will be food in the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, when there's no food, there's a good drink.
Hey, you know
There's
what I'm
always
saying?
something good, huh?
Something. Yeah, I got to see a little flavor. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I am Carlo Banga, aka Dom Perignon.
And I am Uncle Mario, a.k.a. the Senator.
Making noise in the kitchen. You heard me?
Bam.